Hello and welcome to On the Wrist. Today I do my first ever State of the Collection review for August 2023. I've never done one of these on the channel, and I thought it was about time I showed everyone what my full collection is as of today. So we'll go through my collection one by one, and for any watches that have a review of it, I'll put a link down in the description. I'll show you what my most common daily wears are, and then at the end I'll let you know what I'm thinking about as the next steps for my collection. Let's get right into it. Up first, we have the newest addition to my collection, which is from last fall, the Pagani Design PD1690. This is obviously a Rolex Oyster Perpetual homage, and what I liked about it was it has the Tiffany blue dial, and it was about 60 bucks used, so it came fairly scratched up, but I bought this because I thought it just kind of looked cool, fun homage, and I'd always been curious about Pagani Design's quality. I was pleasantly surprised, and this watch is fun to wear, really cool design, and something fun that I can throw on and not really worry about. Next up is actually a sentimental watch, my DIY watch club Mosel. This was actually a gift to me from some friends, thanks Taylor and Peter, as a wedding gift. So I had never actually done one in DIY watch kit before, and it was a ton of fun. You can see there that actually the biggest challenge was getting the inside of the crystal clean. I did a very bad job of doing that. You can see dust on the inside of the top crystal there. I do love the skeletonized style of this, and it was a ton. I really enjoyed doing the kit, and the watch actually came out pretty cool, so this is a sentimental piece for me, and it'll basically always be in my collection. Next up, we got my first ever automatic, my Seiko SRPB 53 Samurai. Funny story about this watch is I was actually driving back from New York and stopped at a Macy's well out of my way because they said they had one of these in stock. When I got there, it turns out that wasn't the case, but they gave me actually a pretty good discount because they felt so bad for me for driving out of the way on my way back to Massachusetts. Overall, the aesthetic of this watch is the biggest draw for me. The beautiful waffle dial, the Seiko Samurai style with the shield 12 o'clock indicator, the arrowhead hour hand, and the sword minute hand, paired with the classic Pepsi coloring, is just such a great look. Sits very comfortably on the wrist with the rubber strap, and I've also got 3 or 4 different straps with it that I swap in and out. Next up is my Seiko Presage SSA 346 Cocktail Time. It is a watch that I've really enjoyed. I love that it has the see-through case back. What I also enjoy is on the front it has the power reserve indicator. That was something for a while I was completely obsessed with, and this was one of the few watches I could find that have it. This watch is a beautiful sort of radiating sunburst dial with the nice attached rose gold indices. Just looks so refined and is a really beautiful watch. One thing that makes this watch sentimental to me is I also purchased the silver version, and I ended up actually after a while selling that to my friend Matt, who was the best man at my wedding. And so I consider this watch to be the brother for that watch, so that for that reason this watch will always be part of my collection and has a sentimental value to me. Now, here we come to my G-Shock. Every collection should have one of these, and this is the GA2100 1A1 CasiOak. This is the original stealth mode version that was back in 2020, was almost impossible to find. I found it at a local jeweler for MSRP, bought it with the intent to flip, but I put it on my wrist and found, wow, I really like this watch. It's so thin and resilient, and I tend to wear it anytime I'm doing outdoor activities like going snowboarding, going to the beach. I frequently wear this watch because it looks great, sits so thin to the wrist, and it's rugged and can handle anything. Its nickname, the CasiOak, comes from the fact that it resembles an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak from its 8-sided case. Next up, I have my Oris Big Crown Pointer Date, the 80th anniversary version with the green dial and the bronze case. What's cool about bronze is it oxidizes, so this case is incredibly different from when I originally purchased it. I've had this for about 3 years now, worn it through a bunch of summers, falls, and winters, so it's really oxidized nicely as a totally different hue, and I love that it ages with me and changes look over time. This dial is one of my favorite dials in the collection, just such a beautiful look and feels like the perfect color to go with the bronze case. This watch gets the most wear time in the spring and the fall, because in the spring it's just the green dial feel goes so well with everything blooming, and in the fall the bronze case and brown leather strap just goes so well with all the leaves falling off the trees. Next up, we have my Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. This has actually become probably my most common daily wear. At 39mm in size, it is probably the perfect size for me, even with my 7.5-inch wrist. I like the smaller size, the bracelet is just so comfortable, and I love the color blue. The Tudor snowflake hands are an absolutely beautiful design feature of this watch and the brand, and I can't get over how much I like the aesthetics of this watch. I actually didn't have intentions of buying this until I had to console myself for the fact that I gave up my Formex Essence 43mm in blue to my brother as a wedding gift, because for his wedding I wanted to get him a nice watch. And after going back and forth through a bunch of different options, he settled on a Formex Essence 43 in blue, so I just asked him, "Do you want my watch?" and he said he'd love it. So to console myself and let myself let go of that Essence, I decided that I'll buy myself that Tudor Black Bay I've been looking for a long time. And last but certainly not least is my Omega Speedmaster 2021 Hesalite. So this is a watch that I bought to celebrate a major promotion and getting married. So this watch is something that I have wanted for ever since I started watch collecting about 4 years ago, and I've been fortunate enough to have this watch for a bit over a year. I did opt for the Hesalite version of the 2021 model, so there's actually, you can see over there, I have scratched up the Hesalite because it's a little softer, but I love that it's original to the kind of the original design intent of the watch, and the new 2021 is so great with so many different straps. I even have straps like this crocodile red strap, which I love, but it's definitely a little bit more out there. I also have this blue sailcloth style strap, very comfortable, and blue is one of my favorite colors. Of course, the original bracelet for it is super comfortable, amazing look, and I love how in the 2021 they're the small center links down the side. Lately though, I've been rocking it on the rally strap, as you can see here, very sporty and very, I don't know, kind of like automotive vibes to me. Very fun in the summer too, keeps the wrist a little cooler. The Speedmaster is a watch that can do it all. It can do formal, it can do sporty, it can do casual, and it's a watch that I intend to keep in my collection indefinitely. Alright, so here we have my 3 most common daily wears. Again, the Tudor Black Bay is about 2 to 3 days a week. Speedmaster is probably 2-ish days a week. And then the G-Shock is just my most common, going somewhere, going for a hike, to grab it, slap it on the wrist. And then the 4th sort of contender is the Oris Big Crown Pointer Date that I like to wear for business casual and fall and spring seasons. So overall, my collection has been pretty stable for about the last 10 months with no additions, no subtractions. I'm really happy with the collection as it is. I have some sentimental pieces, I have some high-end pieces, I have some more affordable options. So I have something that covers every occasion, and I love the choices I have every day when I put on a watch. As for the next addition to my collection, I'm really not sure what that's going to be at this time. There's 3 main contenders right now. It's either a Cartier Santos large, a Panerai Radiomir, unsure what version, or the Longines Zulu Time GMT in 39mm. All of those options are a little different, all kind of sporty, but one of those watches I feel like is going to be the next addition to my collection, hopefully in the next few years. But let me know down in the comments below, what watch do you think should be added to this collection? Do you like how the collection stacks up? Which of these watches is your favorite? Let me know down in the comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's all for me today, this has been On The Wrist. Thank you for watching.